Today I'm going to show you how to do a ribbing bind off. Some people call it a super stretchy bind off or a stretchy bind off. It is a bind off that does have a lot of give to it. It will kind of match an E-wrap cast on in the amount of give it has. It's good for cowls, magic scarves, cuffs on mittens, socks, anything that you need to have a little bit of extra give on. Now then, for the demonstration purposes only, I have knit several rows on this small loom so that I can go all the way around for you, show you how to do it completely in a circle. Now then, I have knit in a clockwise fashion. So this one is peg 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around to peg 12 right here. So this one is my last one, this one is my first one. To start off, you will need to wrap your yarn around your loom 3 times to give it enough length to do your bind off. I've already cut mine. Now we will need to string that onto a tapestry needle. I like to use tape. Some people don't like using tapestry needles. They think they're too much work to thread. Well, I have discovered a little bit of tape goes a long way. So you just wrap that around that. It just slides right on through. You can either then pull it off. Let's see if it'll pull off. Yep, it pulled off. Or you can just cut the tape off. Now then, so since I knit in a clockwise, I will cast off in a clockwise. So this is our last peg. This is our first peg. Here's your working yarn. You will go down through the loop with your needle on peg 1. And although this is a stretchy bind off, we want to keep our stitches tight. So pull it, because we go back to the last peg, peg number 12. The last peg, go up through that loop. Now pull it tight. You will go behind peg number 1 to peg number 2 and go down through the loop. Pull it, go back to peg 1 and go up. Pull it, go behind peg 2. Always remember to bring your yarn behind the peg to peg 3. Down through the peg, go back to the previous peg, up through the peg. Pull it, bring your yarn behind the peg to the next one. Down through the peg, or through the loop. Then you go back to go up through the loop. Bring it then back in the direction that you're going, behind that peg, to the next peg, down through the loop. Be sure not to skip any pegs, and then go up through the one behind it. Because if you will, then if you do miss a peg, then you will, it will come unraveled. Now then go back behind that, just that one peg. So every peg will have a loop behind it. The working yarn will be brought behind every peg, and each stitch is joined in the middle between the two like this. And then you go back to the one previous, go up through it, and then behind your peg. Then you go down through the next peg, back to the previous peg, and go up. Then go behind the peg, go down through the next peg. Oops, now I'm getting it all discombobulated. There we go. Oops. No, take it behind that peg. You want it to be right there. Do you see what I just did? I had gone behind that one, and then the yarn had got behind, looped behind that one. You don't want that. You'll end up with too much give in your... So, then bring that down, then back to the previous peg. Go up through the previous peg without your pegs coming out. That's always good. We want the pegs to stay in. Then behind, yarn goes behind the peg. You go down through the next peg. And then back up through the previous peg. And then behind the peg, so then you want to skip that next peg, that you come up, you skip it behind, go down through the next one. Then go back to the, whoops, see, now I've done it again. You don't want it to go behind two pegs at once, even though that's the one you're going. You want it to come to the front, so because you're going to be pulling it back towards that previous peg for you to go up. Now then, there you go. Now then you skip that next peg with the yarn going to the back. Go down through the next peg. Pull it tight. Go back to the previous peg. Take your yarn up through that loop. Skip going behind the next peg. Back down. Now we're back to the last one. But this isn't where it's going to end. We go back down through the last peg. And then go back up through the previous peg. Pull it tight. Go back behind. You still need to bring that working yarn back behind that last peg. And then go back down through the loop on peg 1. There. Now then, it is all ready to be taken off the loom and then to be woven in. If you like to knot your yarn, then that's where you would knot it. Then you just remove your loops. They should be nice and tight. But yeah, once you get it off, then it has a nice give to it. And your top and your bottom should match fairly closely. And then you will just weave that last one in with however you like to weave in your ends, like I said. And that is how you get a nice bind off that has some give to it. Thank you. You have a good day.